In this lecture, we will address some of the relations SolidWorks does automatically while sketching. We will look at the relations horizontal, vertical, coincident, midpoint, tangent, and concentric. So let's go ahead and start a new sketch. So we'll select the right plane and start a new sketch from there. We're going to draw lines. So we're going to select the line command and go back to the canvas. Now notice if I take the cursor and put it on the origin, we are going to get a yellow icon telling us that this end of the line will be merged with the origin. Let's assume we want that to happen, so we're going to click on the origin and then we're going to move horizontally. If I move horizontally, you're going to see another yellow icon pops up telling us that this line is going to be horizontal. If I click again and I move up, another yellow icon pops up telling us that this line is going to be vertical. If I move the line to the right or to the left, you're going to notice that the icon goes away. Let's say we want it to be vertical, so we'll go like this and click, and then if I move this third line to intersect with the first line, you're going to get another yellow icon telling us that the end of the third line we're drawing would be intersecting with the first line. If I move the end to the middle, you will notice the icon changed to tell us that the end of the third line will be intersecting the first line at the middle. So let's click again and then press escape because we do not want more lines. So let's go ahead and test those relations real quick. If I click on this point here and I start moving the line, you will notice that I cannot change the horizontal orientation of that bottom line. If I do the same thing with the other line, you will notice the same result, except now I cannot change the vertical position. Also, notice the point in the middle of the bottom line. It always stays in the middle. Let's try out the tangent and concentric relations. If I start drawing a circle, so I'll click in the circle and then click anywhere, and then I move the circle to that bottom line, you're going to see a yellow icon pops up telling us that the circle is going to be tangent to that line. So if I click, this circle and this line are now tangent. If I want to draw another circle that is concentric to this one, I can go to the center. Again, you see the yellow sign telling us the new circle will be concentric to the older one. I click and I move, I draw another circle. Now those two circles are concentric. Again, let's test those relations. So if I click on the center here and I start moving, you will notice that one of the circles is always tangent to that bottom line. Also, you will notice that both circles are always sharing the same center. We will learn how to know the existing relations and how to delete them in a sketch. Assuming somebody gave us this sketch and now we're trying to modify it, it would be very important for us to know what are the active relations for each part of the sketch. So let's go ahead and enter into the existing sketch. So if I click on the sketch and I go edit sketch, I go into the sketch mode of that particular sketch. An easy way to know all the relations in every part of the sketch is basically to highlight the whole thing. So if I highlight the sketch, you will be able to see all those signs popping up telling you the active relations. So in this line, for example, there is a vertical relation, there is an equal relation, and notice if I point the cursor in this active relation equal, SolidWorks will highlight the two parts that are equal, or the two parts that this relation affects. And also there is a tangent relation here as well. What if I want to know the relations in just one part? Let's say this inner circle here. I can go ahead and click on that inner circle and I get the same thing. In addition to those signs, here on the left, you see existing relations, and this tells you the three existing relations that affect that particular circle we have selected. And if I click on them, you'll be able to see all the parts that are being affected. So if I click on concentric, you'll see that the two circles are being highlighted are the concentric ones. If I click equal, again, you'll see the two circles that are equal are being highlighted. Same thing with distant. What if I want to delete one of those relations? Let's say I want to delete the concentric relation. I can simply go to this concentric relation, right click, and select delete. We will learn an additional type of lines that could help you while sketching. Those are called construction lines, or sometimes center lines. Construction geometries are used to assist in creating sketch entities and geometries. They are ignored when the sketch is used to create a feature. Some call them construction lines, while others call them center lines. However, they basically do the same thing. To show how construction lines work, let's start with an example. Let's assume we want to draw those four circles. Those four circles are centered on the four tips of a square. But we don't want a square, we only want the circles. So how can we do this? Let's start with drawing a square. So I'm going to select the sketch plane, say the right plane this time, and then I'm going to draw a square using the center rectangle command. So I'm going to start with a rectangle, and then I'm going to build a relation in which this side here equal to this other side. So now we have a square. In the tips of this square we have for circles, so I'm going to go and select circles, and I'm going to draw one circle, two circles, three circles, four circles. Again, those circles are equal, so I'm going to select all the circles, and then I'm going to select equal. Now we have what we want, four circles in the tip of a square, but we want to eliminate those lines. If we delete them, we are going to lose the relations we built. So best is to keep them. However, we can convert them into construction lines. So if I select this side here, press and hold Control, select the other side, and the other side. And then on the left, if I go down, you'll see in the options here, there's an option called For Construction. If I click For Construction, you will notice that all lines turned from being solid to being dashed. This means that all those lines are only for constructions. The solid lines are the only ones that will be used when we apply features.